How many of you remember 2019? Feels like a lifetime ago, doesn't it? But for Sea of Thieves, it was a golden age. The game had just celebrated its first anniversary, riding high after a year of momentum and major content drops. And then came the long-awaited anniversary update, a massive milestone that introduced the Arena, a brand new game mode. The Arena offered something entirely different than Adventure, fast-paced, competitive PvP that stood in contrast to the open-ended exploration that the high seas had. It was bold, it was thrilling, and for a while, it was actually a massive hit. But what no one realized at the time was that the Arena's rise would be short-lived, and its eventual fall, that would mark the beginning of a much deeper decline for the entirety of the Sea of Thieves. Before we start today's video, I would definitely appreciate it if you guys were to subscribe if you like this kind of Sea of Thieves content and want to see more. Now, let's start by talking about the exciting launch of the Arena. The anniversary update was an update that brought naval combat to the standard that we know it to be today, including different areas of damage like the masts and your steering wheel. All of these new features were put in perfect use in the brand new Arena game mode, and it was super popular with players. It gave Sea of Thieves a more competitive option that drew in lots of people. Rare even hosted tournaments for the best of the best, and content creators would stream non-stop with their most daring and exciting matches. And the Arena also drew in new players, as they could learn how combat worked in quick, no-risk settings where you would earn silver even if you lost. With the eventual addition of sloops to the game mode, the Arena was a huge drawing factor for Sea of Thieves solos and crews. But what exactly went wrong? After the release of Arena 2.0, which brought several quality of life updates to the game mode, Rare suddenly announced that they'd be shifting focus away from the Arena entirely to prioritize the core sandbox experience of Sea of Thieves. According to them, only 3% of the game's total playtime was actually spent in the Arena, and to make matters worse, Jason Cross, the lead developer behind the Arena, left Rare entirely. Unfortunately, the downfall of Arena didn't exactly stop there. Over time, it started to become a pretty toxic environment. Rare attempted to address this by removing in-game chat for the mode, but deeper issues continued. Things like spawn camping and stream sniping ran rampant. Many content creators began to speak out, criticizing the experience and distancing themselves from the competitive PvP scene. As they shifted their focus back to sandbox, so did much of their audience. This was actually around the first time I started playing Sea of Thieves, and despite all that, I was a huge fan of the Arena. For me, it was where the heart of the game's naval combat came alive. It was very raw and super fun. It was the only place you could truly test your skill against others in a controlled environment, and every match felt like it mattered. Win or lose, and I was losing a lot back then, there was a thrill to it that you just didn't get anywhere else. But then came the Pirate's Life update, a massive update for the game, but one that introduced new bugs into the Arena, and those bugs stayed there for several months. Fixes were slow, and support for the mode all but vanished. It became pretty clear what was about to happen, and sure enough, in 2022, the announcement was made. On March 10th, the Arena would close forever. It was a pretty bittersweet time for the game. The news sparked a new wave of players to join the Arena. For a brief moment, the Arena game mode was alive again. Its lobbies were full, the battles were fun, fierce, and full of life. And just for a little while, it felt kinda whole again, just like it used to. And then it closed. And unfortunately, since then, the magic of PvP has never really felt the same. Rare attempted to recreate the magic in the adventure mode with hourglass combat, but that did not feel the same at all. It didn't have the same magic you got from the wonderful Arena battles, and after the hourglass update, PvP in the sandbox just became incredibly scarce. People will now either rage quit, grief newer players, or just straight up avoid combat altogether. There's almost no combat on the seas anymore. It's honestly crazy to me how removing the place that all the PvP players actually wanted to go decreased the amount of PvP we saw in the sandbox. The fall of Arena marked the moment Rare shifted from building a game to maintaining a brand. and that meant bigger crossovers, safer updates, and less risk. More cosmetics, fewer competitions. More tall tales, more adventures, more pointless mechanics. More moments of wonder and fewer moments that you had to actually get good at the game. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing inherently bad about story content or casual fun. You know I love that stuff. A Pirate's Life and the Monkey Island Tall Tales were so magical in their own ways. But when a game starts prioritizing wide appeal over the core gameplay depth, it slowly loses the spark that it had when it was made in the first place. So if you've ever wondered why Sea of Thieves just doesn't feel the same anymore, why PvP feels shallow, why creators started to move on, it didn't start with Season 10. It started here, with the death of the arena. Hey everyone, I really hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, I would appreciate it so much if you gave the video a thumbs up. And if you want to stay up to date on all of the newest Sea of Thieves content, it would mean the world if you'd hit that subscribe button. I worked very hard to bring you guys the content on this game that we all love so much, and I'm really trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by September. But let me know, did you guys play Arena? Did you wish we still have it? Let me know down in the comments. I want to talk to all of you about your experiences with the Arena and with the game at its present state. Thank you all so much for watching, everyone. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you all in the seas.